Oh yeah.
Oh, what does it say?
Fucking
Fuzzy,
played Israel, didn't he?
Fuzzy Logics.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So you want to spit on him? Or?
I'll cover in.
So I take it we're not fans of Radiohead.
Musically, I like Radiohead. Yeah.
But otherwise...
I don't like him musically, but yeah.
No, I like the music. No, we were just talking about the fact that they play Palestine and got criticized.
Played Israel.
Israel.
They played Israel with the whole Palestine issue, and that brings me to one of my questions. You guys are so DIY, you're so principled. How did that come about?
I think it just comes with sticking to your values, and you grow and develop politically over the years. And you know, it's 25 years ago. It was all we were kind of making it up as we go. But once we've been in existence for how long have we been in the band for? 20.
You started in '95. I joined in 2003.
Yeah.
Three. That's really turning.
Newbie.
Geezer, isn't it? I'm from Holland. 2003, I joined the band.
That's his Dutch accent.
Yeah. I can pick up a little bit. I lived in I'm Swiss. I lived in Switzerland for many years. Basel most of the time. Yeah. That's okay. You can ask. Yeah. I lived in Basel most of the time. Genau. Yeah. Yeah.
Alles klar.
Alles in Ordnung. That's what.
Biel, right? Basel.
It's right near. Yeah, it's near Biel, but it's right. I was 10 minutes walk to France, 10 minutes walk to Germany.
We have a
So-
lot of friends in Biel at the Schrottbar place.
They have a good scene there. It's a brilliant scene there. Not much in Switzerland, but yeah. And I'm going to take away from what I was asking you. What do you think of? How long have you been in England first?
Since '99, so
Okay.
19 years.
Quite a while, almost as long as I've been in the UK myself. Yeah. How do you find, did you have any experience with the scene in Holland?
Yeah, I turned into a punk rocker in Holland. I mean, I was born a punk rocker, obviously, but I say. But like that's when I discovered punk rock first. Whatever was available near the village I grew up in. But yeah, the scene was good. But the reason I moved to London is because the music in the UK was, the punk scene at the time was more the punk I listened to. Yeah, Holland at the time, the squat scene, a lot of good friends, but it's all grindcore and crossy stuff. And I was more into UK 82 stuff, and you know, saw a few UK bands in Rotterdam and decided to check out London and never left.
Not a bad thing.
Kind of a layover, because when I moved to the UK in '88, it was total pure crust, Sore Throat, Doom, ENT, Napalm Death, and then it kind of started to revert a bit, and then I think that trickled on to like Europe and it's the same now when we go to more like developing countries. They really love the crust, like in fucking Southeast Asia. Every band just like, wah, wah, you know, or like fucking hell, you know, not one hint of melody, but pure passionate anger, which is I still love. I love kind of crusty stuff live.
Passionate anger.
Through in a minute, but there's a car.
We have a car coming.
I'll put something and block the road off. Just let cyclists through. Look.
Yeah. We got to let the guy through, I guess.
Yeah.
It is England. We must be polite.
Way up a one-way street at the moment, so you shouldn't have let him through. I think it's going to run someone over.
Oh dear. Yeah. No. We're going to be Judas Priest fans next.
Totally.
And we're all Brexit victims except for you, I think.
I'm a Brexit victim as well. I'm from France.
Okay, yeah.
7 years I'm here, but we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've been here 8.5, and
Are you still Swiss?
I am Swiss.
They're not part of the European Union, so does that
No,
make a difference?
but we're on the EEA, and we have the treaty rights to be able to live wherever we feel like. So we're kind of stuck with you guys and the whole thing. And I don't think a lot of people actually realize that you're not a British band until you actually talk with you and hear the different accents and hear the different regional areas. And you come from the same continent that I was born on.
Vancouver, just outside Vancouver, yeah. Canada.
The opposite end. I'm from Cleveland, but you lived in Toronto, you told me.
Yeah. I moved from like Vancouver, like Squamish to Vancouver to Toronto, and then to London, and then ended up in London ultimately.
Which I think Toronto is an amazing city. I love Toronto, but London over Toronto, yeah, I pick London over Toronto any day of the week. Part of Holland. Yeah, exactly. There is a London up there. It's in London, Ontario. It's just over the lake from where I grew up.
I know, we played that once and I swapped my shirt for, I can't remember what shirt it was for. I swapped a Restart shirt for somebody who was wearing a original Dayglow Abortion shirt. And I was like, I love that band. And like, yeah, I swapped the shirt.
I don't blame you.
For a clean new shirt, but yeah, I love that.
There's washing machines for that. It works. What about your...
Glowing in the dark kind of fucking print on it as well.
Oh, man. Oh, Dayglow Abortions, a proper Dayglow Abortions shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous about that. Just more than a little bit, let's face it.
They're coming over soon, though. They're playing Europe soon, yeah.
Not to the UK.
No.
I don't know why they don't come to the UK. Dayglows, come to the UK.
I think it's Brexit, like, yeah. Brexit abortion, so.
Brexit abortions. I go for that one, yeah.
Random, no.
And what about you? Where about in France do you come from?
I come from the southwest of France. It's called the Basque Country, for those who know. Yeah. So a third in France and 2/3 in Spain. And yeah, I moved to London 7 years ago and joined the Restarts 2.5 years ago. Yeah. Yes.
And your lineup over the past 2-3 years has been relatively consistent. You've had a lot of changes over the years, but you guys have been pretty stable as is.
Strong and stable, actually.
Strong as, yeah.
Are you Theresa May?
Repeat, strong and stable. Whatever we do tonight on stage, we're strong and stable. Just keep the shades on. Strong and stable. I'll be alright.
Yeah, I think this is the best lineup. It's kind of, yeah, just equally invested, and I mean I've loved all the lineups and every member, but people, you know, when people want to move on, you just have to, you know,
You just need to let them go and do what they need to do.
Everyone's joined and left amicably, and everyone is, like, you know, given something to the band and contributed. So it's all been good.
Because
the final lineup. This is the final lineup before Brexit. After that, we'll see what's going to happen.
We might relocate to Holland.
Final Brexit lineup, yes. Relocate to Holland. All of you guys can do that easily, so it's not a problem.
I'm down with it.
The weed is good. The weed is good in Holland. The speed.
Best quality speed in Europe.
The beer is good.
5 euros a gram.
Very true. Although I have to admit, the Belgian beer is a little bit better than the Holland beer.
That's a relative term, but also there's a lot of different beers in Holland and in Belgium. But yeah, Belgian beer is amazing.
Very true. Very true.
Not so keen on the 2-finger rule of head. It's kind of like...
Yeah.
Most people from England will sit there and let the foam go down and then say, can you fill my glass?
That's true. Very true.
You just get like someone with small fingers to fucking work behind the bar. Like, that's...
You need somebody with very petite fingers and say, yeah, that's a 2-finger rule, and it's really only one.
Make the pints 2 fingers higher. Like,
that's it.
But then they don't even have fucking pints. You got the 2 fingers on the little fucking half, 25 centiliter or 33 centiliter.
We do like how we've been noticing all these different countries we've gone to, how they drink beer, and it's very different in every country. Like in South America, they tend to have gigantic bottles of beer. I don't know, it's like almost like 2 liters or 1.5 liters, but tiny glasses, because it's a hot climate. So everyone drinks these tiny glasses like a tumbler. And so your beer is always cold, and that's I don't know, a very clever thing, because people in like North America especially, they drink 40 ounces, and you drink that on a summer day. By the time you get to the bottom quarter, it just tastes like fucking dishwater. Like,
oh, indeed, but the alcohol content on that is minuscule, so we have to remember that part. Yeah, the Americans have a problem with that.
I remember drinking Crazy Horse in New York, which was strong fucking malt liquor.
Yes, it was.
Massive headache, but can't say I enjoyed it.
Liter pints, and they're the same plastic as one of these, not 2 of these. So you squeeze them when you pick them up from the bar, and it becomes a 3/4 of a liter pint. Like. But yeah, they got liter pints there, and I think in Czech you probably got plastic bottles of beer, right? Do you remember in Russia as well? Actually,
yeah. But it's not a nice taste. Like Czech has amazing beer, but coming out of a 2-liter plastic bottle doesn't taste nice.
So world beers, that's what you guys get to experience on tour.